everyone. Welcome back to another Monday meetup. It is Monday. It is Sheree Penard's page here that you're watching live from. And we are at episode 26. That is 26 episodes of me meeting with 3 other business owners, either through my topics in the start or what we're doing now is our worldwide virtual visits. So I've now visited, I think I'm up to 15 countries. And today we are visiting Spain. And I'm very excited about visiting Spain today. One, because I have an amazing business partner that is running their business from Spain. Unfortunately, she could not join us today. But also I have 3 other lovely ladies joining me to share both their story of why they joined an online business and also how their journey has been so far, what they've grown from it, what they've learned, and just what they enjoy about being online. So a little bit about myself. I just got to flip my screens here. A little bit about myself. I am a mother to 2 wonderful little kids. I have got my oldest daughter here. Can you say hi, Sienna?
Hi.
Sienna is going to be 4 in June, so she's that busy. Yes, how old are you?
Wow.
Wow. And she turns 4 in June, so she's a busy girl. She is full of beans, full of expression. She's been told that since birth.
I'm trying to look at
Oh, woo, woo. Look at that little shoulder. Woo, woo. She's even that since she's a little girl. Daddy says, no, Sienna. And then we
funny when they say it.
It is funny when Daddy says that. And then we have a little boy too. What's our little boy's name?
Yes.
Jack, little boy Jack. Jack's 16 months. He's actually napping at the moment, which is a perfect time for us to get this done because then it's only one little child interrupting me. So as I have 2 busy kids, I'm a stay-at-home mum, and I have been since Sienna was born. So I'm very fortunate to be that. I always wanted to be a stay-at-home mum. My mum was a stay-at-home mum, so that's what I know. I don't know what a working mum situation looks like. So I'm grateful that I can be home to watch my kids grow, be there for all the milestones, even the hard days, I still don't even regret it. And you know what, though, being a stay-at-home mum logistically worked for us. My husband is a police officer. He does shift work. And so it's really hard to work out day to day if I was then going to join the workforce, what would happen? The life of a police officer is not a 9 to 5. Even if it's a shift work with a start and an end time, it rarely goes that way. So it was just a lot of weight off our chest to not have to worry about, do I have to keep leaving work to pick up from daycare because Daddy actually isn't going to be home to do that? Things like that, right? So, we got a couple of people watching already. I'm going to tag them in a little bit. So, you know what? It made sense for us to be a stay-at-home mom. Financially, we could afford it because of his role, and we knew the overtime and all that was happening. We got used to a certain lifestyle when we were first posted, but we didn't know what was ahead. So every 3 to 5 years, we move. And you don't know what the overtime is going to be like at the next place. You don't know how many hours he's going to be doing. So, we didn't know whether it was going to be our long term. But thankfully, with this online business on the side here, I've kind of secured that I can stay home for the kids. And what I'm looking forward to, not that I want to grow them up any quicker, I'm looking forward to when they're school age and, I can go and volunteer at school and I can be there for, all of those little things. And I can make sure they get to their extracurriculars and not have to worry about after school cares. So lots of perks with me joining an online business with the situation of my life. But what you're going to hear today is from 3 other people and what their life looked like before being an online business person. So what kind of pushed them that direction. I do want to check though.
I need a video.
Oh, okay.
There's the bathroom.
Oh, she's taking a mole to the washroom on her game. I'm not really sure. She's making it up. But very important question, Sienna.
I'm just making it up.
Did you want to ask these ladies a question here and then you can ask them another one later?
No.
You don't want to ask them questions? What about their favorite color? I think that was one you really wanted to know.
My favorite color is pink.
Okay. But, in interviews, you ask them questions. Do you want to ask them?
Yeah. What's your favorite color?
Oh, sorry, I should put her.
What's your favorite color?
She'd like to know what your favorite color is. Oh, what was it, Vissy?
Mine is pink.
Wow.
Pink.
Mine is pink too.
That's cool. Natasha, what's yours?
I actually don't have a favorite color. It's strange, isn't it? But I do
She
like
likes rainbow.
I do like red. I like yeah, pastel colors. You know, the light colors.
Like this, like your T-shirt. And
That's pink.
it is. It's like, Gina.
How about you, Gina?
Me? Well, I don't actually have, just like Natasha, I don't think I really have a favorite color, but whenever my children ask me what my favorite color is, I think I always say purple and blue. So,
That's like mummies and Jacks, isn't it?
Yeah, mommy's is purple favorite color.
oh,
It
wow.
is. And daddy's is apparently yellow just because she said so. Alrighty, so that's the only question we're going to prompt at you today. You are off the the pressure zone. The rest of the interview will be just you telling your stories. So we're going to get started today. I think it was Natasha that got dubbed into going first.
What's your favorite game?
I lied. There's an extra question before we get started. Okay, this is the last question. What's your favorite game?
Monopoly?
Monopoly? You don't know that one yet.
Well, Santa know a little bit about it.
And Natasha, what's your favorite game?
I think Scrabble.
Scrabble. You like
I know
Scrabble?
a lot about Scrabble.
She likes playing with the letters. Mm-hmm. And say, how about you, Gina?
How about you, Gina?
I think I'll go with Natasha, Scrabble as well.
Awesome. Okay, no more questions, okay? Because we're going to be muted. They won't be able to hear you.
Okay.
Alrighty, so I'm going to mute so we can go to Natasha's story. So take it away whenever you're ready.
Okay. Well, I'm actually originally from the Netherlands, where I live in Spain. I've been in Spain since 1998, so practically half my life now. I'm a mom of two. I have a 13-year-old daughter and a 12-year-old son. Married. I'm a former receptionist and medical interpreter. That's what I've been doing for the last, I think, 13 years. And it had always appealed to me to be a stay-at-home mom, just like you, Sheree. But unfortunately, it wasn't financially possible because I became a single mom at when my daughter became 3. So yeah, it was difficult for me to just stay at home. I had to financially support. So I've practically always worked, and it was difficult to combine my work with school, daycare, and all that. Was continuously racing from morning to night. And then when I came home, getting the kids ready for bed, dinner, and the usual routine. And about 6 years ago, I met my now husband. So things did change on a financial basis and everything. So that was great. And I think nearly over 2 years ago, just over 2 years ago, I lost my job. So that was the first time I became unemployed, which for me was like, oh my gosh, this is not happening to me. So I had to start all over again, job searching, and with my age and here in Spain, it's not hard finding a job as a foreigner here in Spain, and depending which area you live in, it is quite difficult. So here where I live, it's in the coast in Costa Dorada. It's always season work, so it's either summer season or winter season that you work, and yeah, it is difficult. I didn't want to start all over again, and I did a few interviews, and it was long hours again, shifts, and I thought, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? So my husband said, take some time off. So I was able to take a few months off, and then I decided, oh, what am I going to do now? I mean, I have to go back to work if we want to do something with our lives. I mean, we can't be living with just one income. It's impossible these days just to live off one income. And just one day, scrolling on my feed, this business was presented to me. I didn't even think of doing anything online. I did look into a few courses that I could do from home, but either they were expensive or I had to go back to school, which, well, that was out of the question. And it took me, and a lot of time it takes to to go back to studying again. And an offline business, yeah, was out of the question too, because it was just, yeah, it cost too much money. So when I saw this, I checked it out and I thought, oh, this might be interesting. Although I didn't have any experience at all, I thought I'll check it out, and that's how I came into this business. And well, a whole new world opened up for me. I've been doing this nearly 2 years now. Yes, in May will be my 2nd anniversary, and yeah, I'm so excited that I took that step. I'm still as excited as when I started. I thought, oh my gosh, this is it. I mean, even my husband says now, this business was made for you. This is what you have always wanted, but didn't know it was out there. And what I've achieved up till now, well, I think the best part is the time freedom. I haven't gone back to work ever since I lost my job. I've gone. I started this and I went full time, all in from day one. So that's what I've done. I've put all my energy into this to make it work, because of course you have to do the work. It was easy to follow the training and everything. So I thought, well, with my background, without any marketing experience, not knowing a lot about computers, but with this training, it is possible. And what I love about it is you don't have to sell anything. You can work whenever and not when you have to. And just the flexibility and the time I have now that I didn't have before. So I think that's priceless.
Absolutely. Sorry, just had to unmute. Nice and quick, Theodore. Oh my goodness, I can relate to so many parts that you just said. I told these ladies beforehand that I was going to write a couple of notes if I wanted to kind of bring up anything, and I have, I basically wrote an essay on the side here because I could relate to so much of it. And what I want to relate first is that there's so many people that have this just big impact or big moment in their life that has pushed them towards the online business and the online world. And that is great. But as we've seen in this last year with what's going on, the better way to do things is to, when you see these opportunities, even if you're not thinking that it's necessary yet, look into it, because you can do all these kind of things on the side while you're still actually doing something that's working, and that is, it hasn't turned against you, that it has you still employed, all those sort of things, so that if something happens, like we've seen with so many people.
I got a baby.
Oh, she does have a baby.
Water baby.
A lot of babies.
Like toy babies too.
I want
Like I said, she keeps distracting my brain. Lucky I wrote notes. All right, nice and quiet for a sec. So yes, so a lot of people do have that big push online, but I love hearing those stories. But there's so many people too that, fortunately are seeing this now, and now is the time to grab it, not necessarily when you need to grab it, because then you're putting so much pressure on it. Luckily, it is a system that has so much support and training for you to get started. So, it takes a lot of that pressure off. I also wanted to note how you said, it was so busy being a working mum and having to juggle all those things. And quite honestly, hats off to anyone doing it. It's not, I know it's not something that I would excel at, because I cannot I do not like having to rush little kids out the door to try to get anywhere. If we're going to go for a walk, sometimes it takes us 2 hours to get out the door, and I'm okay with that because I have that time on my side, but I could not imagine. So, and then the last thing I wanted to agree with is the passion. I too have been in this business now just over 2 years, 2 years and a quarter, and I am still passionate about this business as much as day one. And every business comes with highs and lows, but even on those lower points, I still know that this is the right place to be, and I love this system. And I ain't going anywhere, because I know I'm exactly where I want to be, and I love it every bit as much as day one. And there's been so many changes since I started. Now, before we go to the lovely Vessie, I am going to just say a little hello to anyone that's watching here. So we have got Tessie, Rebecca. Hello, everyone. She's saying, yeah. We have Melody watching live from Texas. We got
Great.
people from all over. We got Texas. We have Andrew from Michigan. We've got the lovely Dawn from Ireland, and we
Wow.
have Neth from North Carolina. So we have,
Yay.
you know, we've got a good number. We've got 8 people watching. I think that's almost a record. So thank you, Gina, for sharing as well. This is great. All right, let me hide that one up. And
Fighting. It's
She
a
now
really
is-
good fight.
she's catching gophers now.
I'm fighting boys.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm running the game.
Alrighty, so Bessie, it's up for you now to share a little bit about your story, your journey, and just whatever you'd like to share, really.
So, hello everyone. I'm so happy to be here. Just before I start, I just want to tell you that yesterday I caught a cold, so my voice is not so good, but I think I'll deal with this.
Yeah.
So, my name is Vesi Carolina, and I live in Spain, but I'm originally from Bulgaria. I have a son, he's 5 years old, and with my husband, before 1.5 years, we decided to come to live in Spain, and it's actually this was one of our dreams, and the change wasn't easy, but we really love our new home. It's the weather is nice, the people are so friendly, everybody are really really friendly with us. So when my son was born, uh, I decided that I have to find something that I have to make money and to take care of him at the same time, because my background was aviation management, and I worked more than 15 years at the airport. And you should know, girls, that the job 9 to 5, it's a dream job for the workers at the airport. I was dreaming to work from 9 to 5, this to have enough sleep, to have enough time for my friends, for my family, because when you work at the airport, and everybody who is working in the aviation, they know that the flights are too early. And you have to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and you usually go at home at 4 o'clock p.m. So this is 5 or 6 days of the week, and you're exhausted. You don't have time for anybody. You don't have time for your family. I don't have time. I didn't have time for my friends, for me, for myself. And I should tell you one secret. I every minute for me was counting for sleep. I mean that if my friends are calling me, I was like, okay, so these are 2 hours going out, but I can sleep these 2 hours. So you can imagine how exhausted I was. So, after I gave birth to my son, I decided that I don't want to go back. Even I was studying so much for aviation manager and for all of this stuff. I was like, oh, I have to find something. This will not work for me. This will not work for my family, for my son. And so I decided to find something that I can work from home, and this was the best opportunity that I found it. And I should tell you that I was looking for this opportunity for half an year. I was going to another businesses to see how it's going, but it doesn't work at all. You make money, but you're making like 5 or 10 euros, and you're selling. And I'm not a selling person, so I was like, okay, I will just keep going to find the best opportunity for me. And I'm sorry. It happened with me when I was scrolling through Facebook, and I saw one ad to one lady. She was looking to the mountain, and I just feel so I feel this connection, and I thought to myself, okay, I need this this in my life, this calmness, this I need this feeling in my life. So I go inside to see I was invited actually to one webinar, which was 90 minutes free webinar. And this webinar changed my life forever. So, and I was still curious at the beginning. So I take a leap of faith and go inside to see the system. And you should know that when I go inside, I was amazed. I was amazed of a lot of things. And I decided to start this business because there are really a few points that I like it. And the first thing that I like it is that your business is working 24/7, even you are not in the system. And I should tell you that I love skating, and this is my free time. This is the time for myself. And when I was at the airport, when I was working at the airport, I never had the power to go to skate. So I was exhausting all the time. And now while I'm skating, I'm earning money. So this is the best thing. The other most amazing thing is that I can go in the system from anywhere that I want. If we go on a vacation, or if I go to the beach, which I often do it during the summer, I can go inside in my phone and check my business, how it's going, and even make my money to collect my money. So this is amazing. And one more thing, I love the community. I love the people in the community. So they're so friendly. They're so honest. They are really, I have a few friendships from there from the beginning. And then I can say that I have then more than 100 friends that we are chatting all days, and we make the business successful. So this was the best thing, that the best business that it's completely my day life, and I want to do it for the rest of my life. I don't want to go back to work. So this is for me.
For sure. And you know what? I can totally relate to that. I have no intention of ever updating a resume ever again, ever. I was never career driven as it was, but I think I found my comfort zone right here. And I don't think I'm one of those budding entrepreneurs that's going to be talking on stages. I don't aspire to that, but this is such a unique and user-friendly way to become an entrepreneur and use that passion for that sort of a thing without, having to create all this content that you're trying to, pretend people want and then get up on stages. We don't have to do that side. We just get to share our story, share the system, and then people come to it because they see, what it can do for them. Just like you said, you saw that picture on the mountain, that person obviously, that picture spoke to them enough to use it in, their ad. That was a great moment for them. And then, that's what it's all about. I want to just comment that for some reason it's, I would go into I don't know these ladies necessarily before I start these meetups. I communicate through our business channels that we have and our group chats and things like that, but I don't know, all their background. So here I was thinking I would have people, originally from Spain, but what do you know? And once again, we've got a panel of immigrants because you know what? We are dominating this business. People that have, uplifted their life and moved to another country seem to dominate this business. Like, we're not the only people doing it, but you know what? They're everywhere. So I'm glad to have more of my own. So I'm Australian and lived in Canada for the last 10 years. So I'm also doing what you guys are doing. Yeah, that's it. What else did I wrote? Oh, yes. I also dream to live in Spain for a little bit.
No.
We'll see. That's my bucket list for somewhere to move, that's for sure.
Let us know when you're coming.
She's good. Do you want to say bye to everyone? And then I'll let you know when we're finishing the interview so you can come up.
Bye.
Down you go. You can turn the volume up once you're down.
Okay.
Oh, we're on one of those high tables, so she needs a little help. Alrighty, let's see. We've got one person to go. Jean, oh yeah, it's your turn. It's always nerve-wracking when it gets to you, right? Those webinars that you talk. Yeah, down you go. Those webinars we've been talking about. So I've actually gone on as a panelist a couple of times, and you know what? Every time when they say my name, I just go, "Oh, oh, my turn." Even though I'm not scared anymore of it. It's still that. Oh, it's your turn. All right, so just a couple more though. We've got someone watching from Barcelona.
Oh,
Yes, and also from Dubai. She's the business owner. She was on my Dubai or United Arab Emirates meetup. So I have a few popping back to check out, future interviews, which is great. So let's hear all about Gina and what brought her to the online space.
Okay, it's my turn then. So again, hi everyone, and I'm Gina. I'm original from the Philippines, and I came over to Spain to join my family, to join my parents, and then that was many years ago during my early teens. I won't say how many years ago that was, but but it was many, many years ago. So now I'm married. I live here in Barcelona, Spain, and I've got 3 children, 3 teenagers. One is 17, one is 15, and one just turned 13. So you just could imagine how busy it is in the house. That's why right now, for example, I'm in my daughter's room, and while they're outside doing their homework and doing their stuff, and it's just a happy family life. So, well, my desire actually to become a digital business owner started way back in 2018, whenever it was a very tough year for me and for my family. That was the time that my second daughter became very sick. At the same time, my mom as well. They've been in and out of the hospital with their checkups, with their analysis and everything. And my mom also had her operation. So that was kind of a very, very busy year for us. And at the same time, while all of this were going on, it was also the time that I lost my job, the job that I'd been for 20 plus years. I worked as an administrative secretary for an international company. And so, although at that time I didn't really think of it too much, because I said I need this time now to be with my mom and with my daughter. So for me, it was just like a break. But then these 2 situations in my life eventually brought me to realizing 2 things. One was that there's really no job security. Even though I was in the company for more than 20 years, no matter how well you do your job, or no matter how much you love your job, at the end of the day, it's not your business. There's no security in it. That's why if you have, just like what Sheree said, if you have an opportunity to have a plan B, go for a plan B. You never know. So that's what made me actually think, there's no job security, especially nowadays with the pandemic going on. There's really no job security. So if you can grab a plan B, go for a plan B. Have a plan B. And the second thing that I also realized, that with the situation of my mom and my daughter, I thought to myself, I need to do something that will not take me away from being able to take care of them. That whenever I need to go with them to the hospital or visit them or just be with them, that I could do it, which an ordinary job or my 9-to-5 job wouldn't allow me, or the corporate job wouldn't allow me. So I thought I need to do something. And since I would be seeing so many things on the internet, on Facebook, for example, or even in any social media about digital nomads, about bringing their laptops, and they could work either in the beach or anywhere they wanted. And I thought, maybe I should start looking to something online. Maybe there's something there that I could do. I wanted to do something online, but I just didn't know what. I didn't know if it was going to be a job or it was going to be a business. But I started looking to the online space. And until one day, I'm not actually active in I wasn't active in social media back then. Now it's a total different story. But back then I wasn't active in social media. So, but when I saw, there was just a time that I saw an ad on my Facebook feed about, now she is my mentor, and the ad was actually of her and her children, how she was able to run her business from home while taking care of her children, and that there's a webinar, or to watch the webinar, that would introduce you to this system, that even though you don't have any business background or any digital background, that you could actually start and run your business, and no selling, which was, for me, was a very big thing. So seeing her post, seeing her ad actually got me curious. And I thought, wow, I think this is something that I really would want to look further into, deeper into. And so, but I'm not one who would just easily put my name and email into any website and register. So I actually chatted with her. I actually sent her a message and asked for more info. That's how I got in contact with her. And so we chatted, we talked, and then that's when I realized, yeah, there's a person, a real person behind this ad, behind this post. And so that gave me I got confident that I know if she's a real person, maybe it's not a scam after all. So I eventually registered in my name and my email. And just like what Vessi and Natasha did and Sheree did, we watched the webinar. I watched the webinar and I was just blown away by the things that were explained over there, especially when I started hearing the testimonies of the people in the webinar, the panelists. And I was just really blown away. And I thought, wow, I never realized that there was so much potential in the online space, especially because were people that most of them didn't actually have any business background either when they started. They were ordinary people. And so I thought, if these people could do it, then maybe this is really something that is worth looking into, especially because I didn't have any business background. And so eventually I joined in. So, and right from the very beginning, when I joined, I knew this was going to be my plan A because I just saw the potential, and I realized then that this is something that I want to do because the flexibility that you have, it's just like what you also said, that of course you have the system that's working for you, so you don't really have to be present 24 hours, but you have a system that's doing the most of the job for you 24 hours a day. And now with our digital business, we don't, well, I can run the business around my family schedule instead of the other way around, that I would have to wait and see, will my boss give me a day off? Will I have this a holiday? Will I have this vacation? Am I allowed to have a personal leave? But this time, because we run our own business and with the flexibility that we have in this, we run our work, or we work around our family schedules and events, which is for me, just amazing. And of course, when I started the business, I immediately saw results. Well, I managed to launch my business just after 2 weeks of studying and training. And that's why I really thought to myself, well, this is really amazing, because where else will you be able to find a business or start a business that you have the mentor, you have the coach, and you have the whole community ready to help you start your business, and not just start it, but then help you succeed in your business. Just like what you said, we don't know each other, but we support each other. If you have a question, we just easily can communicate with each other, and everybody's just so willing to help. That's why I'm really glad I found this business. And especially because when I saw this and I saw the results of the people, I saw the results of the system, and that I saw my personal results in the business. And then I thought to myself, this is a legit business, and something that I can really be proud of. And my eldest is actually saying that when she turns 18 next year, when she turns 18 next year, she would want to join me in the digital business. that's why I was telling. And so I'm really very happy that this is something that that I am really very proud of, and that I can share it with my children. And them being teenagers, they're sometimes giving me ideas what to do, and then so they inspire me. And so at the end of the day, it's not just my business, but it becomes a family business. And I think this is one thing that I love about this. It's not just for me or not just mine, but it becomes for the whole family, which is the main reason why I started and ventured into this in the first place. Family, and our business and our system is very family oriented as well, which is just so great.
That's awesome. And I love that. I don't want to wish again my child's life away, but I wish she was closer to 18. I think she would be an amazing entrepreneur. She's so chatty, but she's a little young. You do need to be 18 to use this system, but, oh, hello.
Look at that.
That's awesome. Flexibility. Oh my goodness, you mentioned it a number of times, and that is key. I know it's definitely key in a lot of businesses, but for mine, I can't just, do this when Sienna's at that age where it's like, put your phone down, mom. I can't just sit on there and, respond to messages all day. So nothing that we do in our business is at such a rush that we have to act on it straight away, but it's flexible enough that it can be accessed through our phones or our laptops when we can get to it. And, we can manage it very well. I mainly run my business in the evenings once the kids are gone to bed, and I do little things like this, if Jack's napping, but having that flexibility and being able to work it around your schedule, it works for working people, it works for, people that can put their whole time into it. It doesn't matter, because the automation carries you the rest of the time. It is always showing the system to different parts of the system to someone else. So there is all the different steps. The first step is that webinar. You register for the webinar, you watch the webinar. And like all you ladies, I was very impressed from the webinar. I was like, I have to check out this further. And those testimonies were a wow moment for me as well. Absolutely. I watched them and I was like, these are just people like me. Like, they're nervous on camera. They're freaking out while they're trying to tell their story. That's my kind of people. And I was there once before I started doing all these. And so I could totally relate to them. And then I was like, you know what? I'm checking it out further. I'm going to go that next step. And once those doors were fully open to me, wow. It was so, I was like, how is this system not explode? Well, it is exploding everywhere. It is very fast. But it's kind of like, how is this just not, it's kind of like, Facebook before Facebook was big. It's kind of like, the internet before the internet was big. It's something that's booming and you get into it before it gets crazy big, and you're the ones that are really going to benefit from it. So we're all in such a good spot right now, benefiting from something that's growing, and it has so much room to grow. It really is still in its infancy. So I told these ladies it was going to be about 20 minutes. We've nearly doubled that, partly because I'm very chatty, but also my kid's a little bit distracting. But I don't want to keep everyone too much longer, but this has been such a great chat. As promised, I've got to let Sienna know, because otherwise she will have a little meltdown that she doesn't get to say bye to everyone. Sienna, do you want to come say bye? Sienna Rose. See, she's coming. It's really upset. If someone comes to visit and they just kind of disappear, not that we have people visit right now because of, restrictions. Yeah. It's okay. We're waiting. But she gets very upset if she doesn't get to say her goodbyes to people. It's a very sad moment for her. It's okay. We're waiting. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You made it.
Rushing.
Phew. All right. Do you have one last question for the ladies?
Yes.
What would you like it to be? Don't eat your hair. How about?
I don't want to.
Not that one? What about?
Do you have any kids?
Do you have any kids?
Yes, I have two. I have a 13-year-old girl and a boy.
So she's got 2 kids, a girl and a boy. Bessie's got 1 kid.
But dreaming for more.
Oh, nice. Gina's got 3. And actually, I'm going to touch on that. Right? I had a baby while I was using the system. I was pregnant. I had a baby.
Jackie, we got 2 children.
2 children in this house.
Yeah, and Santa's a mama for all my babies.
All her babies, yes. Do you want to go and show them your baby? You go down and get baby. You can bring baby over while I finish this point. Yeah, so you can run this business with a newborn. You can do this in all kinds of situations. And like, we have a lot of people come in straight from maternity leave because they just decide that they want to stay home with their kids. I wasn't quite that. I came in a little bit after maternity leave, but already decided I would stay home. But, kind of similar situation. So very, very important there. This is our main baby.
Hi, baby. Hi.
She's all about babies right now. She's all about taking care of them. And like she said, she's got a lot. Don't you?
Yeah, even toy babies, All the toy babies all the toys I had to work off, so Jack don't bite them.
Yes, Jack does bite everything. He's still teething. All right, we're going to say bye to these lovely ladies and all our viewers. Are you ready to say bye?
Yeah.
Okay, bye. Bye. Kisses.
Bye. Thank you.
I'm snacking my face.
What are you doing that for? See you guys.